Hey, how's it going, everybody? Well, we're out here making a little content for everybody. This is Halloween. It's October 31st, and actually, technically, my very first, not my first time dropping my pipe tamper, but my first video with any Halloween content. Halloween's a fun holiday. You know, some people like it and some people don't, and that's all right. But it's a very ancient concept. It goes back many years. In fact, the carving of jack-o'-lanterns goes back at least to the medieval period, at least 1,000 years ago. And I can't remember the exact story of how carving vegetables came into being, but I believe it was a real nasty person who was named Jack, and he was a drunk and terrible and disorderly, and I think he made a deal with the devil and conned the devil out of, being taken away. I think he was. I think the story goes that that devil was jealous of Jack for being even more terrible, and then I guess he couldn't go to heaven or hell because he made a deal with the devil that he wouldn't go to hell, and so when he couldn't go to heaven, he was stuck in between, and then his essence or whatnot was kept in a carved turnip, I believe. I think if that's the correct myth or lore, then I think that's what I remember hearing. But carving jack-o'-lanterns out of squash or pumpkins definitely is more of a 19th century practice, I believe. It's a lot easier to carve one of those. Have you ever tried to carve a turnip? I can't say I have. They're not hollow. But anyways, the practice of carving a jack-o'-lantern is an interesting thing. It definitely has a dark history to it. But they are fun to do. And they are, they help ward off, I think, in myth, bad spirits, because they are kind of creepy and kind of scary. It takes an ordinary happy orange pumpkin and gives it either a menacing face or even a goofy one. I've seen many different jack-o'-lanterns. One of my favorites, I'm sure some of you have seen this on social media, but someone was really clever and did a whole line of dummy lights. Automotive dummy lights. One was a check engine light. That's got to be one of my favorites. Someone even did a low battery, on your cell phone. It has like a 1% battery type of symbol. There's some pretty clever ones. People have gotten very clever with carving jack-o'-lanterns and whatnot for the holiday, and some pretty funny subject matter. Then you also see the very ornate and detailed portraits that have adorned pumpkins, and also the very intricate, very well carved other scary faces or characters from horror movies that were all done with either Dremels or very fine tools. I'm not at that point in my expertise. Actually, I kind of like the more simplistic and crude versions from yesterday, and I think they can be very spooky and a little more, appropriate for an old holiday. Now, of course, I'm not disparaging against any of the grander carvings by far, but be it for me to actually, say, oh, I don't like that. That's just, no, I love them all. But that's my personal taste, and I could do probably a lot more intricate job, if you will. But my attention span can be lacking. So sometimes I kind of want to clean it out and carve something and just get it done so we can have something to enjoy. And the trick is really to carve them on Halloween. I know people that have carved them at the start of the month or in the middle of the month, and by Halloween they're already moldy, little shriveled up looking Yoda jack-o'-lanterns. So it's like, nah, I don't want mine to be growing any penicillin. So I carve them on the day of and enjoy them for the next day or two, and until they get moldy, and there you go. But anyways, this I just did. I just completed this one about 10 minutes ago, so I thought I'd come out here and do a video with a different kind of lantern besides just the tubular ones, but the jack-o'-lantern, which does go back, as I say, 1,000+ years. So it's interesting. But if you want to know the full history, or even form your own opinion of what the true origins of the jack-o'-lantern is, definitely Google it. I'm sure you'll find some interesting videos on YouTube that cover that subject. So I did get some things in the mail. I got a mail call from Mr. Lantern Joe with the antique lantern. And this, Deets, you probably remember this Junior, I got a globe for it. And it was a very good price. He sold me this globe for a very good price, and it's a later globe than what this lantern would probably have. It might be even earlier, who knows? But it does say Junior Cold Blast on both sides, and one side says made in the USA. So it could be probably 30s or 40s. I'm just guessing. But I know the 21s had that step. That had that little shelf and that little step in the glass. Those ones are definitely a little harder to come by. I will find one eventually, and it will be in here. But this one, it looks good. It fits. Of course, it's a Junior globe, and it's a Junior lantern. You know, since the fount looks so good inside, I'm almost tempted to pour fuel in it and see how it works, because that would be kind of a spooky lantern, all rusty like this and all dirty, to be burning, you know. It'd be kind of fun. So I might do that. We'll see. But yeah, it is dirty. Very dirty. And also, I got this globe from him. You see that? Yeah. It's a Deets 98. It's not the strongest cast, but it is strong. It's there. It's very visible. You hold it to the light, you definitely see it very well. But it's not, you know, it's not the greatest, but that's why I paid a very, very fair price for it. But it will be perfect for the Deets regular that I have, because I feel that lantern particularly dates right around 1898-99. So I feel that would definitely have one of these globes in it originally. So I got that for a very good price, and I'm very satisfied with it. Anyways, friends, not much else is going on. We are going to go to a friend's house tonight, and him and his wife, they're really sweet, and they have this beautiful 1907 Tudor Craftsman over in Highland Park, and they usually host very nice, fun little soirees, especially for Halloween. It's a big holiday for them. They love Halloween, and they love dressing up and entertaining. So we're going to be out there. It's going to mostly be an outside type of event, and he has a few tubular lanterns, and I told him I'd definitely bring some of mine to augment his collection to provide a little more outdoor light, because they are up in the hills of Highland Park, and it can be very dark up there. So it's best to light as much of his property as possible. So I'm bringing a few Deets actually. Hilo, number 2 Wizard, and my Little Giant, and also a Rayo number 240 that I received from subscriber and friend Sean Jackson. So those will be up there, and I tagged them so I can definitely keep them marked, so it'd be easy to just collect after the evening's over. So yeah, that's gonna be nice. I'm gonna go up there with my wife and enjoy some treats and some good conversation, and you know, it'll be a good time. Always is. All right, friends. Well, not much else is happening with me out here. Thought I'd come and make a quick little content with Mr. Jack-o'-lantern there. And wish everybody a very happy Halloween, and a safe one at that. So if you plan on having a good time, definitely make sure you have a designated driver, or an Uber. That even works too. Just get home safe. That's really the core root of it. So from here in the Time Cave, have a happy and safe holiday. Take care, and we'll see you guys again very soon. All right, bye-bye.